You curse so much, ungrateful to your spouse. I have none lacking. I have seen none lacking of common sense and failing in religion, but like you know. And the translation here, by the way, is false. It says ناقصات عقل ودين, not failing in religion. ناقص, the word ناقص means minus. And ناقصة, the word ناقصة, when you say it to a female, that means you are really bad. Usually we use it for a word as a whore, ناقصة. So at the same time, robbing the wisdom of the wise. Beside you, upon this, women remarked. Mimi Hijab, in his video with the Deen show, he says, the Deen show, he said to him, Islam is not like Christianity, putting the women down and making the women look the guilty one. But as you see here, first, this is false. In Christianity, we don't do that. That is a very false. When we mention the story of Adam and Eve, we tell what happened. We are not blaming Eve alone. We are not blaming Adam alone. In fact, it is Muhammad who blamed Eve alone. If we go here in the Hadith, he said, and this is not me saying that, this is Sahih al-Bukhari. The Prophet said, if not for Bani Israel, which means the Jews, meat would not decay. They blame the Jews for anything. And where it's not for Eve, no woman ever betray her husband. So who is the one blaming the women for all sin in the world? Muhammad. Remember, the Messiah himself is born through a woman. So if every woman is bad, as Islam teach, then there is no way the Messiah himself chosen to be born of a woman. Her name is Mary. This is God himself is born through a woman. But the Muhammadan, they claim that every woman is bad, and the first woman is the reason for all bad, which is coming from women. And Muhammad here, he claimed that all the betrayal is coming from women. Men don't betray their wives. We go back to Zakir Naik, exposing more of those lies. Oh, we will go back to you later, just wait. This guy, I think he was going live and his screen behind him did not work. The screen he used, like he have a studio and etc. So he have like a blanket or he painted the wall. But this time it did not work. So the video came like this. All right. Let us go to Zuzu, Zakurana Yuka. All right.
Before marrying a second woman or 4 women, but in chapter number 4, verse number 3, marry women of your choice in 2s, 3s or 4s, but if you can't do justice, marry only one. So Allah gives the permission for a Muslim man to marry 2, 3 or 4 women, but if they can't do justice, marry only one. So in Islam, it is permitted to marry up to maximum 4 wives. But if you can't do justice between...
Remember, maximum 4 together. But he can divorce any time, any second, any of them and replace her with a newer one, which means there's unlimited really. All right? There's unlimited number of women. Let us see, there's a Muhammadan trying to call me. This is the same guy yesterday. He claimed that he want to talk to me. When I call him, he declined my call. So I will try to call him. Let us go with Zakir Naik. It says he is not online. No, hold on, let me with the speaker. Okay.
So based on this, it is not required for a married man to take the permission of his wife before marrying a second woman. Neither is he obliged or neither is it compulsory for him to inform the first wife that he's going to take a second wife.
Here you see the essence of Islam. In Islam, lying is permissible A man, he can lie to his wife, and even in a very sensitive topic, sleeping with other women. You call it marriage, I don't care. This is sleeping with other women. And now, the man, as long as he do not need to tell his previous wife, he will do that. He will repeat that method with every woman he marry. So he will not tell the first wife about the new wife. He will not tell the second wife and the first wife about the third wife. He will not tell the first wife, second wife, and third wife about the fourth wife. Each one of them, she thinks she is married to a lone man. And this is what Andrew Tate, he used to do. If you watch his video, he have 6 girlfriends. Each one of them, she think he is the only boyfriend for her. This is what he said in his video. He contacted them. He opened his porn business according to the Islamic lawful way, because the Quran legalized, as you know, in the Quran, al-bagha, which means prostitution. So he have 6 girlfriends sleeping with them. Each one of them, she think that he don't know anyone except her. She think he will marry her. So now the Muslim, they practice that legally, officially, but this time with 4, not 6. However, you can do it with 6. How? You can date 2 other women, preparing yourself to divorce and have vacancies. Which mean, let us say I have 4 wives and I lie to all of them, claiming to be I'm marrying only one, which means whatever one of them, I say to her, I married you only. I can be in relationship with other 2, 3 women, preparing myself to have a new woman to replace a woman I'm planning to divorce. I send her a text message, you are divorced, bingo. And as you know, she will take nothing except what is in the contract. As an example, when the Mohammedan, they get married, they write a 6 contract, which says, if you divorce me, when you divorce me, you have, you pay me before, down payment, and there's a last payment. So down payment, let's say $1,000. If one day you divorce me, you have to pay $100,000, or maybe $10,000, or maybe 5. The man usually try to manipulate the wife to make it law, so he can have his freedom. Some women, they think they are being smart, so they say 100 million according to Islamic Sharia law does not accept it, will be rejected. The contract is invalid because she is asking for something to hold him from divorcing her. So it have to be reasonable, like something accepted. So let us say she make it so expensive. I have actually I know a Bedouin man. His name is Muhammad. He's a nice guy actually. One day, I said to him, I did not see you for a while. Where you been? He said, man, my dad, he did something crazy. I said, what? He said, imagine after 30 years married to my mom, he dumped her. 30 years. I said, well, you know what you can do. I mean, divorce can happen everywhere, not necessarily with Muslims. Even Christians, they can, many Christians who not following God, they jump to divorce because marriage has lost the value for many people. But then he explained to me what is the problem. He said, not only he married many women, but in the contract when he married her, 30-something years ago, she put like 10,000 pounds or guinea in the contract. But at that time, it was like equal to $1 million. Now they don't even buy a TV. So after 30 years serving this man, she get out with the money equal to buy a TV, and now she is a very old woman. And this is exactly what Muhammad, he did with Sauda. When Sauda, she become old, Sauda, the wife of Muhammad, whom Muhammad, he sent her husband to die in war, so he can have her. And now the Muslim, they will say, no, this is not what happened. Her husband died, so he married her. He died fighting for him. The same verse in the Quran, chapter 4, verse number 34, where it says that if a woman, she practiced nushud, beat them. The same word used in the Quran about if a man he have an issue, what the woman she can do? She better come to an agreement with him. When the poor woman Sauda heard that Muhammad is going to divorce her in such an age, according to Al-Qurtubi, the reason Muhammad he want to divorce her because she become a damima. She is very ugly. Maybe Christian Prince is making things up. I can show it to you from Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, etc. But actually, let me show you. Hold on, give me a second. As long as we mention it, we better show it. This is Tafsir Al-Tabari. We can show it from Al-Qurtubi or any Tafsir. This is the good Muhammad, the best example of men. Chapter 4, verse number 124. The book of At-Tabari, interpretation of the Quran, page number, as you see, 99. Here it says, speaking about the case, how that can happen. What is the reason? A man, he don't want his wife no more, you know. He said, well, a man, he might don't like his wife because she becomes so ugly. She is so old. Or even maybe she have a bad behavior. Or maybe she is poor. And she don't want to leave. Because if she left, she is poor. And this is what happened here to explain what happened with Muhammad. Muhammad, he have a wife, her name is Sauda. And she becomes so old. Muhammad don't sleep with her at all, period. Here it says, reported from Ibn Abbas that Sauda, she was afraid that he would divorce her because he's not coming to her no more. She said, please don't divorce me. And then what she did, she asked Aisha, who is the favorite dish to Muhammad, who liked to F her more than any other female, to take her day. So now she knew that Muhammad, he would like to spend more time with Aisha. So now they reach an agreement that he will keep this woman, but he will not sleep with her. No more. And this is what it says here in front of us. She gave her day to Aisha. Just keep me. This is how good Muhammad is. Instead of saying, you know what, this woman, she's old, where she will go? And not only that, a wife of Muhammad, she cannot remarry, which means she cannot even find a husband. So he stripped them even from the right to remarry again. If you go in the Hadith, actually let us show you here. Maybe we can find something in English better than this one. I will give the link anyway for those who want to use Google Translation. But maybe we should use Google Translation first. Okay, let's do that first, to show you where it says that she is ugly. You go to number in the page where it says 10575, and then you count in Arabic here, you will count those, and then you will see where I highlighted. You know, she is ugly, she is old, she have a bad behavior, or maybe because she is poor. Let us use Google Translation. Remember, 10575. Here we go, 10575. From, okay. Yeah, he said if a woman may be with the man, his eyes turn away from her because the translation is coming false, because she is very ugly, because she is arrogant, she have a bad character, or because she is poor. You know, and usually, by the way, the word poor here isn't about she don't have money necessarily. It can be she don't do pretty dancing for him. She don't have a good skills in bed. You know, so in this case, the man, he would love to divorce his wife. But in the case of Muhammad, Aisha, she jumped to take advantage of this. And let me post the link for you. And she forced Aisha. Aisha, she forced Muhammad because she have too much control of him sexually. He liked little children. His favorite sex toy. You will find this agreement here. Do you see it? It says even when she become old with no shame. What is the guilt of this woman? In different hadith, actually, it says she become old and heavy and slow. Old and heavy and slow. Muhammad wanna dump her for that reason. She is old. She is not pretty no more. Read it. All those stories in front of you, giving us how women are treated in Islam. So the husband, he will be nice to you as long as you are young like Aisha. What do? You start kissing his ass. Please keep me. Don't throw me in the street. What I will do, please? Where I will go? Okay, take my day, sleep with the other women. You know, I'm not going to ask you for anything. Just let me stay. This is how faith-less religion is. Let me show you another hadith. I'm trying to find you where it says that she become heavy. As you know, I don't prepare for what I do, so I search for my reference, you know, right in the spot. Let us see. Yeah, even there is some hadith saying that he did really divorce her. But then Aisha, she made him keep her. I cannot find this one here, but I have it in the book of Al-Bayhaqi. So imagine this woman, She married supposedly the best man in history according to the Muhammadan. And the best man in history, you want to throw her in the street. In the same time, she is forbidden to remarry a new husband because she is the wife of Muhammad. This is how nice he is. He told the Muslims that my wives are your mothers. I have the reference actually, but I'm trying to find it in an official Islamic website. Let us see. Let us use this one here. The reason for Aisha to give her day. Let us see here. Here we go. Here it says قال ابن الملقن أنه عليه السلام طلق سودة. From Hisham, from his father, he said in the book of Al-Bayhaqi, he said that he did divorce Sauda. And when he went out to pray, she held his dress. The woman, the wife, she begging him. Please, don't divorce me. I don't need men, but I want to stay your wife. Please. So he let her under the condition to give her day to Sauda. Let me use Google translation. We search for divorce. Type in Arabic. It was said that the Prophet, he divorced her. Blah, 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 blah. But let us see the story. How she begged him holding his clothing. From the narration of Al-Bayhaqi from Hisham, from his father, he said that Allah Messenger, peace be upon him, divorced Sauda, and when he went out to pray, she grabbed him from his garment and she said, I don't need men. I don't need men. Just keep me, please. Keep me. And she gave her day to Aisha as an agreement. Aisha, she pressured him. She said, this way you can have more time with me. Keep her as a wife, which means Muhammad is even cheating now. In the days, the Aisha, she will have 2 more days than other women. Is that a behavior of a man? Appreciate a woman, especially she is from the earlier wives he married after Khadija? Is that what a man he do to a wife she served him when she was young? He dump her because she become old? And this is the best example of God? And there is tons of stories. Okay, let me see if I can find the one in Al-Bukhari where it says she becomes slow. She is slow. And Muhammad didn't like slow women, old. He want to have brand new car, fluffy, doubly dancing. Dance for him, as the hadith says. He asked Jabir, why you marry a widow? Why you don't marry a young child? Here we go, we found it. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. It says that Sauda, she become slow. She become old and slow. Do you see it? Why? Because simply she's an old woman. She is an old woman. Let us see if we can show you more. I mean, this is enough, right? Different hadith, even they are using different word, which is nothing but an insulting. وَكَانَ ثَقِيلَ ثَبِطَةً. Unbelievable. So the woman now, she cannot survive by herself. She's a poor woman. And this is the same woman, by the way. The reason for the hijab to come, it was because of her ass, if you remember. Because of her ass, Sauda, she was doing poo-poo, and then Umar ibn Khattab, he saw her at night doing poo-poo, and he was harassing her. He said to her, Arafnaki ya Sauda, we recognize you, Sauda. This woman, Sauda, she was big. This is the kind of Muhammad women he liked. He liked big and beautiful, which mean heavy duty, you know, like, I don't want to use the word fat, but this is what it is in Arabic. So Omar, he saw her doing her poo-poo. He chased her. He said to her, we recognize you, Sauda. And then he went to his Muhammad, and he said to him, why you don't order your wives to cover themselves, man, when he is the one is chasing them and they are at night doing poo-poo. And then Muhammad, he took what Omar he said and he make it Quran. This is why we will find that Omar he says, وَافَقْتُ رَبِّي وَوَافَقَنِي رَبِّي, which means my Allah agree with me and I agree with Allah. In what? In Quran. Allah, he copied the Quran of Omar. According to this hadith here, 3 things Omar he said, Allah he took it as he said, and he make it Quran. There's other reference about 10 things. There is some they say even way more. But you will notice here that the story of the hijab, the reason this Muslim woman now who married a Muslim man in New Zealand, she is wearing hijab because of the ass of Sauda. If Sauda, her ass was not involved, Muhammad will not order the hijab, which is very weird because the man, she was doing poo-poo and she was at night, so I cannot even see her hair. I mean, those people, they have dark hair. So what the hijab for? It doesn't make sense. However, you will notice that whatever Umar he said become Quran. So the ayah came as I have said. As I said, word by word. Read it. All of this is sahih. The funny is the Muhammadan, they say, can you make Quran like the Quran? Then we find that Allah copying Umar ibn Khattab. Word by word. Read carefully. This is not me saying that. Let me show you. It's not me who's saying that the Quran came down about the hijab as Omar he said. No. Omar said that. So the verse, he's talking about all the list of the verses. They come down the same as I had said, word by word. In fact, even Muhammad, he said, if there is a prophet will come after me, is going to be Umar, because Umar, he got him busted many times. Right? Anyway, do we have any Muhammadan want to have anything, want to say anything to us? So when those people, they lie to you about women, she have rights in Islam. I mean, as you see, the Muslim, they have no shame even to lie about their religion, to lie to their wives. They teach it, they preach it, they are proud about it. Even they teach in their TV, official Islamic TV, government TV, how to beat the wife. They are proud of it.
تخيل يا دكتور ان المرأة الأوروبية في الوقت الحاضر بتنشد الرجل القوام. أنا يعني
The guy is saying to the sheikh, imagine that women in the West, they are desperate to find a man he is strong. How he is strong? And he have some statics, like he have studies, official studies. Watch with me.
هدي المشاهدين سريعا كده بعض إحصائيات سريعة عن هذا الأمر. 90% من نساء بريطانيا ما بيحبوش يتزوجوا من الرجل الضعيف اللي أول ما تحصل أول مشكلة أو أي
90% of women in England, they don't like to marry a weak man. We want to know what weak man mean. We will find out soon. What weak man is. What is that exactly, weak man? Maybe he cannot carry his wife to bed. Maybe he is coward. What is weak man? Let us see. 90%. The Muslim, they have all the percentage you want. About anything. That's it. 90%. But why not 100%? I mean, I cannot believe that there's any women in the world she want to marry a weak man. Why should I do that? 90% only? It's just a number. Okay, go.
أي مشكلة يقعد يعيط يقول لك لا ده الراجل ده عامل شكل حريم. احنا عاوزين راجل. قضية الضرب دي شبهة خطيرة جدا. نعم. واحدة معانا مولانا. أقول إن الله كرم المرأة بهذه العقوبة عقوبة الضرب.
Allah, he honored Muslim women by beating them. Do you hear me? Lady from New Zealand, you marry a Muslim man and you start doing a business now, Islam now? Donate to me? And you say Islam honor you? Who is going to believe? You or them? You who converted to Islam 2 years ago after you marry a man, or those sheikhs who they are teaching officially, the one who spend their life studying Islam, who millions of people, they take their opinion and they die for it. You or them? This is an ex-Muslim, by the way. It is not our topic. So Allah, he honored Muslim women by beating. Let us be honest. I mean, can you honor a woman more than this? Why those people cannot use their mind and be honest? Allah, he honor you. What is such an amazing honor. I'm sure this woman from New Zealand, she would love it now.
خطيرة جدا. نعم. واحدة معانا مولانا. أقول إن الله كرم المرأة بهذه العقوبة عقوبة.
Let me make the text more clear so you can see it. So Allah, he honored wives by in stating the punishment of beating. Explain to us, Sheikh.
كيف؟ كرمها بالضرب. إي والله مش معقول.
The guy saying, really, he did honor her by beating? And by the way, like they're playing like the good cup. Both of them, this is an Islamic program, so both of them, they agree totally. But it's just to make it like more entertaining. Really? Allah, he honor her by beating? How?
كيف؟ قال نبينا صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم ولا تضرب الوجه.
Beat her everywhere, but don't beat her face. Do you see how he honor her? People, do you see how Allah, he honor the Muslim women? Beat her everywhere, but don't beat the face. Abdul, but Allah, Prophet, he said don't beat the man in his face too, because he looked like Adam. What does this have to do with honoring? He's not honoring the women, he is honoring Adam. And now you are beating the women, and now you are honoring her. Man, that is really an honor. I mean, look at this. reported Allah Messenger saying, if any of you fight with, he must avoid the face. Why? Because Allah created Adam in his image. What does this have to do with honoring? So I honor you by beating you in your butt, in your chest, like what Muhammad did. She said, "Haddajani ala sadri." He, he did hit my chest, and I have a bad pain because of it. It turned to be that is for your benefit, and you are just being weird. Shame on you. Why people do not see? We will go back to those guys, for a laugh. Where is the video? Too many videos I have open in my screen, so I have to jump from one to one. Sorry.
الله ولا تقبح شوف كرمها إن ضربها لا يضربها على وجهها حتى وهو يضربها لا يسبها ولا.
Even when he beat her, he should not curse her. This is the ethic of a Muslim man. You beat her, yes. You made her skin blue, green from beating, yes. But don't curse her. And don't hit her face. We honored women. And this woman from New Zealand, she said that Islam protect women. Protect women from who?
يشتمها عجيب. إذن هو يضرب للتأديب وإذا ضرب لا يزيد عن 10 وإذا ضرب لا يكسر عظما ولا.
If he beat her, he don't break bones. I mean, do you see, guys? You don't beat your wife until you break her bones. You stop. Don't break bones. We have rules. No bones breaking. And this is how Allah, He honored the women. But the liar, they say to us that in Islam we beat them by toothbrush. Now we are talking about not to break bones. And this is this woman who is making a business of donation, lying to her teeth about how women in Islam is protected. If there is any Muhammadan can say I'm lying, as you see, I'm showing you your cleric. I'm showing you what it is in your TV. So we can lie to our wives. A real man is the man who marries a second wife.
If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. You should not have attempted this from the first place. If you are not a man enough to get married to a second woman, don't even dream about it.
A real man, a man enough is the one who gets second and third and fourth. A real man is the one who beat his wife. A real man is the one who, when she got old, he dumped her like Muhammad did. And the real man is the one who lied to his wife and marry a second wife.
Me, hijab, brother Sirtaj, they would on lie detector test. And they said the following questions. Do you love your wife? Yes. Pass. Would you die for her? Yes. Pass. If your wife was okay, would you get a second wife? Yes. Pass. There is not a conflict between a man loving his wife and a man wanting to be polygamous.
I agree.
There is no conflict. And then he asked him about if he can lie. He said, yes, you can lie for sure. A man, he loved his wife in Islam since when? If you love your wife, you don't marry a second wife. You love all your wives? Really? Let us go and see if Muhammad loved his wife. Do Muhammad love his wives? And they got, and the funny is, they got 4 women in the age of a grandmother, yet none of them in the age of Aisha. But I thought the Prophet, he married Aisha at the age of 6 and she was mature. And even Mimi Hijab, he confirmed that yes, in Islam, even the chapter of Al-Talaq speak about divorcing children. Why you don't invite girls at the age of 6? Who are those? Those are women now? Those are grandmother in Islam. Where is the real women in Islam? The 6 years old. And then the Muslim women, because Islam protect women, they are talking about protect women, not men. They are talking about the amazing teaching of Allah.
Is that you, yeah?
And possibly what
If we're talking about secret second wife, if my husband has gone behind my back, that to me is cheating. Even if it is
fine.
Islamically correct.
Feminist sisters who
Even if it is Islamically correct.
their sisters, who will die for their sisters, will take a bullet for their sisters, but will not share their husbands for their sisters. So the point is this, you know, let me be real, yeah? If you got a good husband, by the way, I'm not talking about these guys who don't pray, jahil, clowns, yeah?
We are not talking about the bad Muslims. We are talking about the good Muslims who pray. Those are the one who have secret wife. Come on.
Who don't pray, who oppress their wives. A good man who practices.
Oh, he don't oppress his wife by marrying a second wife and third wife and fourth. This is not oppression. No. This is the right thing to do.
Who fears Allah, who's good to his wife, takes care of his wife. He comes and he says, I want a second wife. All hell breaks loose. And then we blame this man. Yeah, but why are you keeping it secret? What else should he do?
See? You blame the man for doing a secret wife? Huh? I thought Muslim women are happy women. It turned to be that Muslim women don't like to get a new
This is a test to see how Allah is testing her, to see how she responds.
Yeah.
It turned to be this is a test from Allah. The man, he want to have sex with other women. Allah want to see your reaction. If you are a good woman, you say to him, husband, go and F more. Husband, come on. Do you want to find your son? Allah is testing them. This is called the testicle test.
That's, if she decides to do the opposite, which is, throw the divorce card or throw this card, then ultimately she's falling into the act of disobedience.
Man, the woman, if she asks for divorce after she find out her husband is sleeping with other women, she is being disobedient. Not the husband. No, it is the women disobedient. And who is explaining that to you? Women.
Thank you.
which I'm now expected as a Muslim man to follow, is not the religion of Al-Islam, it's the religion of women's feelings. I'm not going to follow that religion.
See? We don't follow women feeling, you stupid idiot, dummy. Who care about feeling? We follow Islam.
With respect to you, I'm not going to do prostration to the collective hormonal and emotional status of men or women or children or anybody else.
You're saying if he's man enough. If your husband came to you man enough and said to you he wants a second wife.
At least then it's not secret.
Sister,
I knew
one
about
second. One second. Do you know about it? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna say to me, yeah, you can? Thank you. Your face says
No.
enough. Your face says enough. Sister,
Are you going to say to him, you can't? This is Islam. What you gonna do? I want to know what you're gonna do. I want to know what you are going to do. Well, my friend, I will tell you what you can do. You can report him to the authority. You will go to jail. They live in the West. You're a potato, all of you. Cowards. Cowards. So look at those people, how double standard they are. They are claiming to be British citizen. They carry a passport, have a cross on it. They took an oath when they get citizenship to be obedient to the law, and they are discussing wide open having secret marriage. Legally, officially, according to Allah teaching. Showing you how much the Muslim woman, she is oppressed. And they are showing you that the good woman is the one who not the one who dislike. Actually, I just remember something. Muhammad, he spoke about women who complain about their husbands because they beat them. What is the hadith? Hold on, let me remember. Let us see. A group of women who complain about their husband beating them. Muhammad, he said, those women who go around complaining about their husband, they beat you, they are not the best of yours. Let us see. Read with me and see how filthy this religion is. And the Muslim translation, as usual, they try to cover it up. So here it says, and this is sahih, this is not, this is authentic, very authentic. As you see, all those references are authentic. So those women who complain about their husband beating them, they are not the best among you. Do you see it? Women, many women, they came to Muhammad and told him, many women, they have gone around Muhammad's family complaining of their husband, those who do so. That is, those who take to beating their wives. Look at the first translation. Those who do what? Those who take to beating their wives are not the best of you. You see how they mix it? The women who they are doing that, they are not the best of you. Let's go to the previous one. Unbelievable. See? Look. You see the other translation, how they lie? So I said, many women have gone around Muhammad's family complaining against their husband. They are not the best among you. Who? The women. Muhammad, he gave the men permission to beat the women. And those women who go around complaining about their husband beating them, they are not the best of you. And this is authentic. This is Islam. How many of you will promise to download the video and share it everywhere? I'm going to download it. I'm going to post it in Rumble. And I'm going to make it unlisted link, which means you can see it only in Patreon. Not because I want, in Patreon you can watch it for free. I mean, you can, you don't even need to log in. But I know the Mohammedan, they will go crazy for this video. So we will download it. We will post it around. You can go to Patreon, click at the link and download it. And I will take the same video and post it in my account in Rumble, which I start loading. I have only 2 videos there. All right. And as you see, not a single Muslim he dare to call us. Do you know why? Because everything we said is true. Oh, I remember now, this woman, she said in the other video that she have an orphan charity. Islam encouraged to support the orphan. Shame on you. First of all, I don't know how you can support them. You've never been in those countries. However, in the Quran, how you support the orphan is by having sex with them. Have you ever heard of filthy religion like this? How we support the orphan? This chapter here, chapter 4, verse number 24, is about having sex with married women. But let us go to the orphan. It turned to be that if you want to be nice to the orphan, you have to F the orphan. Chapter 4, verse number 3. But the word orphan is something we say to children. Correct? If a woman, she is 19, 20, 21, she is not an orphan. Do we agree? The word orphan is for someone is a child. So how in Islam we support orphan? Read carefully. If you fear that you will not act justly toward the orphan, well, there is nothing there about marriage. What, read carefully. Marry such women as seem good to you, 2 and 3, and so the orphan is the one you have sex with first. If you don't want, go and F women 2 and 3 and 4. If we go to chapter 65, verse number 4, that chapter is speaking about divorcing children. Actually, the verse itself, the chapter itself, is a chapter of divorce. Children who never had their period because they are too young. Even Mimi Hijab, he agree, and all the Muslims there, those potato on YouTube, they agree, yes, you can have sex with children. What's the problem? What is the problem? What's your problem? What is your problem? I'm typing in Arabic in YouTube. Okay. Let us see.
If you look just at the Quran, you will get the indication that you can have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. The reason why it's haram to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old is not found in the Quran at all. If you just read the Quran, it is halal, it would be halal to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. In Surah Al-Talaq, chapter 65, verse 4, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us who you can divorce and who you cannot divorce. And then he says, وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ. وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ. And the ones who had never been pubescent before. And by the way, this is very important, yeah? I want all Muslims to be aware of this. The reason why we don't have sexual intercourse with 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds or whatever is not because of puberty. Wait a minute, what did you say? It's not because of puberty, because that verse in the Quran actually says lam yahid. They never had puberty before. You can't go around that. The Quran doesn't say anywhere in the Quran that the woman has to be pubescent. I dare you to find one verse in the Quran.
I dare you.
Where it says you're not allowed to marry someone based on harm, or you're not allowed to have sexual intercourse based on harm, or you're not allowed to marry someone based on puberty. So if you're Quran alone, you're allowed to have sexual intercourse with 5-year-olds. Get me one verse in the Quran which says the woman has to be pubescent. One verse. I want one verse in the Quran from the beginning of the book to the end of the book which says that she has to be pubescent. So okay, so that makes it halal from your perspective. From your perspective, it's halal. You know in the Quran it says, حُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمْ أُمَّهَاتِكُمْ. It says you're not allowed to marry your mum. It says you're not allowed to marry your sister, your auntie. Where does it say you're not allowed to marry a prepubescent? I'm looking for one verse that you can say, you pinpoint it and say this is where it says prepubescent marriage or whatever is not allowed. So if you're Quran alone, you're steered towards pedophilia, and a severe type of pedophilia.
Can you believe it? He just admitted that if you have sex with the children, you are a pedophile. If you're the Quran alone, you're a pedophile. Okay, well, for the Hadith, isn't it your prophet, he married Aisha at the age of 6? He mentioned that there is nowhere it says you cannot marry someone she is 5. Does it make a difference between 5 and 6? We showed you that how Muhammad, how Aisha, her mother, she was feeding her like a goat so she can gain weight. And this is stupid women trying to fool women in her countries and around the world that Islam is an amazing religion. Here, we don't compromise. We share the truth and the truth only. And the truth will set you free. The Lord, He says that who is the father of all lies? Who is the father of all lies? The devil. They lie. They lie to their teeth. Islam without lies dies. And this is why we see an avalanche. You see those Muhammadan, even the one who disagree with us and they fight against us, etc., slowly, 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 they will end leaving the garbage of Muhammad. In the beginning, they will be stubborn, they will be angry, they will be aggressive, but they will notice, you know what, he is putting the reference in front of us. We have even videos of their own explain how having sex with the children is right. We have their own words saying this is a pedophile act. The Quran teaches nothing but to be pedophile. And what Mimi Hijab trying to say to you, the girl, she have to be able to be ifed, excuse my language. It's not the age. It's not the age. This is how filthy this cult is. So again, if you want to watch the video, you will find the link only in Patreon, which means going to be here for some time, and then we will delete and we will keep it only in Ramble or wherever download the video. Until we see you soon again, I want to say thank you all for being here, and glory to the Lord. Women in Christianity is treated equally, one man, one wife. A decent man, a decent woman. Marriage in Christianity is real marriage. For it's not a contract of sex. It's not a contract of finance. It is a unity by God. Have nothing to do with all what they say. When a man he marry a woman, the Bible says they will become one. One. When God he created Adam, he created one female for him. That is the right way, and this is the natural way, and anything else is nothing but lust of animals. Lust of animals. Animal, he jumped from a female to female. If other male came, the one who is more strong, he will take, he will dominate. That is not us. We are human, we are not animals, and we refuse to be animals. Muhammad, he wants you to be an animal, treating your wife as an animal. She's just a goat. Her job is just to take off her panty and give you babies and cook for you. And one day you don't like her, you divorce her, or even keep her. Just another woman without her, because she is nobody. She is nobody. She's just a maid in the house. If she got old, you throw her away. So when those liars, they say Islam respect women, how Islam respect women and Islam make you equal to dogs and donkey? Even Aisha, she said, شبهتمونا بالحمير والكلاب. You made us equal to dogs and donkeys, but this is what her husband did. They are doing what Muhammad said, that a dog and a donkey and a woman, they will defy your prayer. She said, you made us equal to dogs and donkeys. And showing them how Muhammad was hypocrite. When he used to pray, he used to touch her. But he is the one who said, 3 things would defy your prayer: a dog and a donkey and a woman. It's Muhammad who said that. So she did not dare to say, Muhammad, he made us equal to dogs and donkeys. She said to them, you made us. Let us go to the other hadith. And you will see Muhammad, he said it clearly. Dog and a donkey and a woman. They say dog cut the prayer. No, that's not what it says. This is not about cutting. It's about making your prayer invalid. 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 Read carefully. This is how Muhammad he looked at women. And the funny is, Aisha, she sleep her legs open in front of Muhammad and Muhammad praying between her legs. But yet he said to them, to the Muslims, women are equal to dogs and donkeys, and they would defy your prayer. All of this is a very authentic. Not only that, this woman, she said, I forgot to mention this, very important. She said that Muslim women, they are respected, right? Muslim women are protected. Well, your prophet, he says that the women, she come in the image of the devil, and she live in the image of the devil. Is he speaking about you? I would like you to add in the video the word New Zealand, because she is from New Zealand, so women in New Zealand will not be fooled by such an evil woman trying to lie to them to her teeth. Either she is evil, she know what she is doing, she's lying, or she is stupid. Either way, that is evil. So as you see, Muhammad, he said, this is how women are protected in Islam, that a woman, she is a devil. Are you going to print this to your wife and put it in the top of her bed? Women, she advanced in the image of the devil, and she retreat in the image of the devil. What about you print this and put it in the top of your mother grave? What about you print this, put it in the top of your mother bed? Why don't Muslims make a speech in your TV, in USA, when you speak in the speaker corner, says women approach in the image of the devil and they retrieve in the image of the devil? And why? Just because she walked in front of Muhammad, and because Muhammad is a decent man, he was staring at her ass, so he got horny. He went to his wife, he forced his wife Zainab, who was doing lathering, painting, coloring, he forced her into sex. Even Muhammad, he said, a woman should answer the call of her husband, which means to F her, excuse my language, even if she is in the saddle of the camel. On the camel. If a woman actually, she don't want to have sex, maybe she is tired, maybe she is not, don't feel like it, maybe she is whatever, you know, the angels will curse her all night. But if the man, he do the same, nobody curse him. Because this is the religion of the man. The man, he can have 4. He can refuse. Actually, the Quran, chapter 4, verse 34 says, "Uhjuruhunna fil madaji'." Stop sleeping with them. Jail them in their rooms and stop. But the women, she cannot do that. If she don't go to bed, the angels all night are angry, cursing her, continue until the morning, until she take off her panty. This is how women, she is protected in Islam. And this weird women, donation women, donate to me, claiming that Muslim women are respected. Not to forget that the Muslim man, he will get a lot of female for sex, and he will be in heaven just a sex toy. Not to forget to mention that even in heaven, you will be jailed in your tent. In your tent. You cannot see anybody except one man, for you are a sex toy. And this is all over the Quran. The houris and the wives, they will be restrained in their tents. Look at the translation here. What? Cool prevalence? What? Cool. It's a cool, huh? It's a cool. Okay. Very cool. Yeah. Look like the Muslim, they copy from each other the translation. What a nice jail for eternity. Just to be effed. Just to be effed. And this is heaven, supposedly. You have no duty in the heaven of Allah. You see, the Muslim women, they say, oh, we will go to heaven. As you see, Muhammad, he said, the majority of women are in hell. Number two, if you get lucky, you will be a sex toy. Not only that, in the heaven of Allah, you will be competing with a lot of women, with one man. Which means in earth, maybe you got lucky and you have one husband. Because he live in the West, you don't dare to have a second one. Unless he go to the Middle East and he do it behind you. Or in the West, but behind you. But in heaven, he will have hundreds of women, and you are just one of his sex toys. Not only that, actually Muhammad, he promised that in heaven, Allah will import women who they are hookers from hell, for they have a good training in sex, and they have big boobs and nice asses and vagina. He will import them from hell. Let us see if we can find the hadith. See, like each time when I go, we remember to mention something, you know. Yeah. So Allah will import to a Muslim man. This is the bad Muslim man, not the good one. The good one will get way more. 70 women. This is for the bad man, the bad one only. So it says here, Muhammad swear by Allah that Allah will admit to paradise. Allah will marry him to 72 wives. 2 from the Houris and 70 from the inheritance of the people of hell. Here you ask yourself, where is the female, the Muslim women, to be the wife? Focus with me. Allah will give him how many women? 72, correct? Okay. 2 women, they are the virgins, the Hur. 70, they are from hell. So where is this woman from New Zealand will be? Are you following with me? That means you will not be there. 70 will be from hellfire. Those are in his inheritance. 2 are the virgins who Allah made them in heaven for effing. They are so good in bed. Where you will be? Well, I have a better news for you. Most likely, Muhammad, he meant that all those 70 are Muslim women anyway. However, they have to be very good looking. Read carefully with me. It says, and 70 from the inheritance, his inheritance from the people of hell, all whom will have desirable front passages, and he will have a male member that will never become flaccid, i.e. soft and limp. And this woman, she is telling us about amazing religion, spiritual relationship with Allah, when all of Islam is about penises and vagina and orgasm of 70 years. And Muhammad is stuck with number 70. The orgasm of a Muslim man is 70 years in heaven. Oh, that's mean how many years the sex itself? And then 70 years orgasm, and we do not know, he did not mention how many years of the sex itself with the women. But then the second woman, another 70 years. So if this guy, he have all those women, just those women, I'm not going to count the endless number Muhammad he came with, what we will find. Let me show you how funny the number will be. So I will take the 72, each one of them 70 years orgasm. 72 x 70, just the orgasm alone, 5,040 years. Which means if the man, he is just having orgasm with you 70 years. He will have sex with you again after 5,040 years after that. You have to wait. Your legs is open, excuse my language, for 5,040 years before you are going to be boomed by His Majesty, who his penis, great news, will never go limp. And here you see how Muhammad is a filthy man. You know, we cannot compare between him and the Messiah. God forgive me for even mentioning the name, the two names in one line. That is not the Holy God teaching. That is a filthy, disgusting street man. Even street men, they will not speak filthy like this man. Imagine you are standing in a now and somebody claiming to be a prophet. Imagine Muhammad, he just came to us and he just said this to us. How stupid are you to listen to such a man? He's a pimp. They call him holy. They worship him. They die for him. They kill for him, for he is satanic. Satan always uses money and sex to control the mind of many. Any tools, which all of it is about physical. And if he can make it emotional, that is even going to be better. That is not what God is about. When they asked Jesus about who is going to have this woman when she go to heaven, he said, he and she, they will not get married. The same as angels they will be. So me and a female Christian, we will be in heaven equally. I will not have 70 virgins to sleep with me, and she will not have 70 men to sleep with her. We will be without needs. When the Messiah, he said the same as angels, did you think about it? What does that mean? That means we will be free. Free. We will not be addicted. We will not be enslaved by our needs, because now we are enslaved. You have to sleep. You have no choice. Can you stay without sleep? I would love to. When you are 60 years old, you step to 20 years. 20 years of your life is gone. Doing nothing, just sleeping. But we have no choice. We have to eat. We have to cover ourselves in the cold. We have to get heat. We have to. We are under the needs. When you are with Jesus, you will be free from all your needs. In heaven with the Messiah, you will not get married. She will not get married. Because the purpose of marriage is not there. The purpose of marriage and sex is to reproduce. And we reproduce because there's death. I don't want to turn it now to make it about the Bible now, but this is the reason we reproduce. Death, take one, take the father, children, they will continue. But now we are in heaven. And this heaven is going to be totally different, because now we are in the real heaven, not in the garden of Adam and Eve, which was on earth. We cannot compare between the faith of Muhammad and the love of the Messiah. No man can claim that he chose the Messiah because it gave him a privilege. Somebody will say to you, well, Christianity gave the man, he is the leader of the house. Well, that is the leader of the house, for he have responsibility, not because he is God of the women. Muhammad, he said, if you want to ask a woman to do something, to worship somebody, is to worship her husband. He made the husband God. With the Messiah, the women, she have the right to have one husband, and the husband, he have no right except to have one woman. The Jews used to abuse women. They marry, they divorce, she got old, he replaced her, he got a new one. The same as the Muhammadan. With the Messiah, you cannot do that. You cannot abuse that you are the male who is strong and she is the female, she is weak, so I do as I wish. With Muhammad, this is the religion of the privilege of the man. For everything is made for the man and by the man, not the opposite. I have many women who left Islam speaking to me, as you know. And all of them agree. The reason, number one reason, they leave Islam because they notice that Islam is a religion of the man. However, I'm not that man who will take such a religion to be my religion, because I have to be a pervert, filthy, agree with having sex with the children, taking my neighbor or my own son wife, as Muhammad did to Zainab. Zainab, the wife of his own son. He went to the house and he flirted with her when she is married. And Allah told him, why you are hiding what you have in your heart? Imagine, can you believe there's God encouraging a man to flirt with married women? And this woman is married to his son. Imagine, forget about son. Imagine you have a friend. He come to your house. You trust the man. That's why he's coming alone. That's why he is in the house when the husband is not there. Because he's trustworthy, supposedly. Because the neighbors will not speak about why he is coming. Remember, this is a Middle Eastern society. Why a man coming alone? Because he's the father. He can get in. Nobody will question why. If a man, he come alone and the husband is not home, that is a disaster. That means the woman, she is cheating. Muhammad entered the house. The husband is not there. What he do? And this is the Muslim story. This is the Muslim side of the story. Obviously, the story is far away from this. He flirted with the wife. And what the wife, she said, that when Muhammad, he flirted with her, each time her husband Zaid, he wanna F her, Allah, he made his penis swell. While Jesus, making the blind see, healing the leopard, resurrecting people from death, Allah was busy making the husband penis swell. This is his miracle. When first time I saw this, I mean, you are learning, you know, as a child. You learn. And then I did not understand what تورم منه ذلك? What do you mean? Imagine the filthy wife claiming that she have a God, and now because he don't want the husband to sleep with her, because his father, he wanna F her, this God, he is now looking at the penis of Zaid, and each time he tried to get close to her, he made his penis swell. This is Tafsir. This is not our books. This is not our books. This is a chapter of Al-Ahzab, verse number 37. Page number 423. Al-Qurtubi, the official government website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Each time the husband, he wanna F his wife, Allah, he made his penis swell. Use Google translation. Let me post for you the link. This is a religion made only designed for the penis of Muhammad. And then Muhammad, he used the penis of the men around him to give them more privilege, but for sure not like his privilege. So he make a penis god religion. In Japan, they make a penis, big penis, and they walk behind it, a festival. In Islam, the penis is Muhammad. And I find it astonishing that this is what they say about what happened in their books. This is not the books of the enemies. This is not books written about Muhammad by Christian prince. This is what is written by the Muslims after they took off all the bad things about Muhammad. Each time the husband wanna come to the wife to F her, excuse my language, I'm saying it as it is. That's what it says. Each time he tried to F her, Allah, he made his penis swell. Shame on you, Zaid. Zaid, why you are trying to approach your wife? She is now for Muhammad. And not only that, even they say that one of the privilege of Muhammad, if his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her so the Prophet can F her. Can you believe how filthy? And then they speak to you, this woman, she speak spirituality in Islam. In Islam, you have relationship with Allah. When in fact, she is nothing but a vagina in Islam. Allah himself is not even a spirit. The Prophet is a pervert. In every way, in every mean. If his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her. So the Prophet can F her immediately. Isn't it this is really so beautiful? It is. Allah, he cared for Prophet Muhammad. So he said to himself, well, you know what? What if Muhammad visiting one of his friends or walking in the street and he saw a woman he liked? The husband must divorce her. Privilege number 10. إذا وقع بصره على امرأة وجب على زوجها طلاقها وحل له نكاحها. Number 10, and you will notice even all of them is about sex and money. If the Prophet eyes fall into a woman, her husband must immediately divorce her so the Prophet can F her. And this crazy woman trying to lie to her own country people that in Islam there is a religion where is the number 10? I'm trying to find it. Where is the I'm trying to find the translation if his eyes fall into a woman. Okay, let's see. Here we go. If his side, number 10, if his side who? Muhammad, falls on a woman, her husband must divorce her so the Prophet can F her. They say here, translation lawful. No, so the Prophet can F her, not to marry her. Have you ever heard of a pervert prophet like this? And they claim that this is from God. If this is from God, what is from Satan? What is Satan? This is Satan, my friend. This is not from God. Period. No man will respect any man. He go to his friend or anyone he knew, or he see. This is a gang behavior. Because you are a gang, you are a holako. You are Jankiz Khan. You like the women, you take the whole tribe if you want. You are unjust. You are a criminal. In which right you take the wife of a man? Just because your eyes fall on her and you like her. How you can justify that? Well, no problem. There's no need to justify. He is a prophet of Allah. And that give his penis all the privilege. For this is a penis God. The penis Muhammad and the penis Allah and the penis book is all about penises. And how to obey Mr. Penis. Everything is made for him, Muhammad, and for his penis. This is the truth. And the Lord, He'll always say to us, read the books, search for the truth, look for it, and the truth will set you free. And the Lord, He says, I am the truth, not this filthy Muhammad. So those females who they marry a Muslim man and they try to sell you Islam and to make money from business in YouTube and donation, we are here to expose their lies so they will not be able to deceive your daughters. If you care for your wife, you care for your daughter, young, share with them. Don't be a fool. They are working hard to deceive your children. One day your daughter, she will come back home and she'll say, Dad, I want to marry a husband, he's a Muslim. Oh, Dad, I want to convert to Islam. And then you come to Christian Prince, says, help me. I will not help you. You don't deserve my help because you heard me already 1,000 times. And you did nothing. You've been warned. You've been taught. We gave you reference. We gave you proofs. We play video for you. I spend hours every day. And the other day, I spent 11 hours in one day. So don't tell me I need your help. I did my part. Do your part, protect your family, and not protecting them by shouting at your kids, says Islam is bad. Show them. Prove it to them. Teach them in early age so they can be immune from the devil Muhammad. So I want to say thank you, and until I see you again, this is your brother Christian Prince who was serving you humbly for today. God bless. And again, the video will disappear from here. You can find the link in Patreon, and you do not need to make a donation. You go there, it's for free. Click at the link there, download the video, share it around. God bless, and see you soon again.